our special session, Friday, June 30th, 2023. And with that, I'll open up to discuss and review jail maintenance projects and work orders. And we'll
First, I move that we appoint,
No, you don't.
you'll have to
You don't have to
on
on
a work
voting.
session, on
No.
voting.
And
That's right, we're not voting, never mind.
You've
We
got
just,
a
you just run the
nice
meeting.
deal put together here. If you'll give us just a second to.
Yeah, the highlighted is the response to the original problem on each one. He's kind of started putting these out, so hopefully this will help things move along on Fridays. And I don't have one for the week prior to this, but this is this week's stuff.
Now, Dryda puts these together. He's a hand.
Yeah, he's a good
And
hand.
there's several things I've been involved with him on. It's just always been,
He's been trying to do this on Thursday evenings or Friday mornings and get it to me before I can get it to court, but I'll start, once we get this where it's a regular deal, hopefully this will work out. And we'll have both weeks on there.
We're still dealing with the nightlight issue and,
Well, now in Med-Seg, because they never, they didn't have the right fixtures in there, so. We're gonna
yeah, I
just maybe
remember
put a dimmer in
that
there.
crazy quote for,
Yeah. What did we ever come up for a solution with the roof and problems, the leaks that we had? Who we supposed to call, did you ever figure out? Because the warranty won't come out and do it because it's not a big enough problem, and then. I
the
don't- we
roofing
don't want-
manufacturer will have to come out.
Yeah, but they won't, that's the problem. That's what he was told, because it's just minor things that they think we could fix, but they want us to use their products. So, we'll talk about it, we can talk about it afterwards,
Okay.
but,
No, the roofing manufacturer should come out.
well, that's what I was thinking too.
Or they should tell us who
Who to
locally we
Is
can
their
call
rep.
to,
Yeah,
To use at their expense.
yeah. Cause it's under warranty.
yeah.
And they told you not.
Huh?
And
They told Ryder no, that, you know, that stuff he should be able to fix, and, but they would, you know.
But we
But we
get
don't
up there,
wanna
we
fix
fix anything
We
and
don't
then
wanna
we
fix
void the
anything
warranty.
with warranty,
No,
exactly,
we,
so.
no, we need to find out who their local rep is. And call them.
Most
And
of
if
it's
it's-
where the seams are at, that's where the problems are. The few problems we have, it seems to be at the seams.
Okay.
what happened to the garage door? Did you just quit work, the card reader quit work?
I think so, yeah, on that. I'd go back, that was on that bay door, number 2 or 1, which one was it?
Door
Yeah,
number
door
2.
2 at the garage, yeah. Yeah, it has something to do with the sensors, and then when we was having when the generator was causing problems with it, when we did the generator test, that weekly test, was throwing the sensors out. Or they weren't resetting properly, I guess, maybe.
And they're doing your bulletproof glass.
They've got the wall up, they've got everything out, we're just waiting for the metalwork guys to get there to do the metalwork around the glass.
Finding. Cool.
What does that mean, Will, on number 7? Check each RTU, VAV, VAV.
RTU is a rooftop unit, and then the VAV and VAV, that's the functionalities of the rooftop units.
But what does it mean, observed there were 180,000 plus errors?
Every time there's an error, it indicates on the, when you go to the, like, RTU 1, the VAV sensors, it'll show you all the errors that, it's just
Is it
errors.
like the power surge or
Heat, or, I don't know exactly what all the errors were, I don't know, but it's everything that's out, if it's out of balance one way or the other, it's gonna show an error.
180,000, quite a few.
But
Yeah.
that's a bunch of units over,
But it-
probably since the time they were installed.
But it could
Yeah.
be, a lot of them could be the same error repeated.
Sure, and it does, like, it may repeat the same error every hour,
Yeah,
you know, because it's doing it every time it kicks on, and may repeat that error signal.
That's probably the first time they've been cleared. I would-
They've been cleared before, because me and him went through them and cleared them, but it's been a year or two.
Yeah. But we're not having the comm problems we were
No,
before,
I
since
think
we
all
moved the
that's-
comm boards.
Yeah. Oh, I think just about every one of those were replaced.
I think pretty much, most of them, pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few motors, a few fans.
Thank Rick for getting on board, finding those comm boards at a much cheaper source and harnesses to go with them to move them to a different location to stop the problem. Bad design.
Yeah. They're gonna blame it on COVID.
and we've got a meeting set with, to talk about the building, the work building.
It's on the agenda a week from Monday.
Okay.
And I haven't heard any other information about the other building unless you have.
No, but we do need to, as soon as Jim's back again, I'm gonna try to get that set up between, I may get you to, once I can get TxDOT committed, and I'll get you to ask the DPS to come in.
Okay.
So we need to, because Michael's had time to vet out his ability to use ARPA money from TxDOT side of the equation.
Yeah.
And something else, Will, they give us, so you won't let me forget, I had Brian set them right past the roadside park out there, west of Iowa Park. They gave us all those barriers, those 20-foot barriers. Mark might use a few, but they're gonna let us borrow their clamp to move those things. But that's a real, you know, you can
Yeah.
kinda block off, or deflect traffic
You can
with
do your
that stuff
lanes,
coming
make
in.
your lanes out of that.
Mhm. So,
That's a good deal.
any other, questions about the jail maintenance or work orders? If not, I'll move on to item 2, and we'll let Victor talk to us on salaries and overtime. Victor, you sent that to us yesterday, didn't you?
Yes, yesterday afternoon.
Victor, do you not want to speak and give a presentation?
Different packets, huh?
It'd be worth asking you, hey, you do this payroll every week, you study it, and figured out a way to fix it.
What was that?
Have you figured out a way to fix it?
Fixed payroll?
Yeah, the overtime part of it.
Oh. A lot of underlying factors maybe.
start 5 or 6 this week. You remember telling you how many we started?
I think it was closer to 6.
Five.
We had,
He said 5. So.
we had one come in yesterday though, so
Okay.
I didn't know, but,
Yeah.
and then one returning. I don't know. I just saw
It's a-
them in
it's a-
mass.
It's a good number for us.
How many we down now?
That would put us like 25
But we have babies.
baby steps.
No, babies,
Oh, people
Oh,
leaving
yeah,
to have
about to be
babies.
out.
like 5.
Oh, wow.
They're coming up.
Well, I had a young man wheel, so Wednesday, at the end of Vacation Bible School at church, we did hamburgers, and there was a young man walked up and talking to some of the guys helping me, and I heard him over say he started like Friday or Monday at the jail, fixing to start. And, I said, I heard you were starting at the jail, or I heard you say you're starting at, yes, sir. And I said, oh, that would be really nice. Younger fella, must be married and might have a kid, but he wasn't very old. He said, one of the comments he made is, yeah, I have to get some clothes. The shirt was $129. But he said after I've been there 6 months, they start giving money towards the clothing.
And we tell them all that we have a surplus of shirts in there they can go pick from. Of course, they're, been worn, but I don't know why they don't.
Why wouldn't they do that?
I don't know. I
Okay.
mean,
But they do get, I thought you did, and I
Yeah,
didn't
we
say
have-
anything, and he
yeah.
didn't even have a clue that I knew anything. He was excited about getting hired on to do that, and, but I heard him make that comment, and.
maybe he got a couple shirts for that price. They're about $60 a piece.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
It's probably a couple shirts.
okay. So, but there is some that y'all keep back, and y'all let them do that right off the
Yeah,
bat.
if they leave, we try to always get that all back, and then we give the new people an opportunity to go through there because they don't get a allowance for the first 6 months.
Good.
So. But some people don't like to wear other people's clothes, so I don't know.
$129 shirt, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
A $60 shirt, I wouldn't.
Let's be honest.
I can just
For
rewash
me,
it.
Yeah.
Did they just wear the appropriate
If I pay
color
15 for a shirt,
jeans
that's
or
too
slacks?
much.
They have to wear the black BDU pants, yeah. And I think we have a few, not a whole lot of them that we get back.
Black BDU pants. Or they just fade so bad. I always like the old polyester.
But yeah, they last forever.
They last forever. That's why I like
I remember out that wind blew thumb in the wintertime.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're unloading furniture right now.
Go in?
I guess we're unloading furniture right now.
I guess so, yeah. Was it, no, is it next Friday?
Oh, next Friday. Oh, I
Next-
thought it
the
was
7th.
I thought it was today.
No, I think it's the 7th, yeah. Let me double check. my
All I got was
text
Friday, so. But you,
I think it's next Friday.
okay. Well, if it's next Friday, that gives me more time.
Yeah,
to
Friday,
get more.
7/7.
Okay, good. Well, I can gather some more pallets. I don't think I got enough together. And thank you.
I think they were working on that, water issue over there.
Yeah, Rick
there's
pumped it
There's a
out.
sump pump there, and of course, it's been turned off with the electricity was turned off, so I think
Okay.
it's just a matter of flipping the switch to
Turn it back on.
get that out of there, yeah.
Our mosquito farm.
Yeah.
Would it be very easy for you to pull an Argonne receipt from last year
Mhm.
on just our road deal? What was a load of emulsion costing us last year? I thought it
Let
was
me,
6,000.
let me close out this, Mick, on, right quick. Is there any questions of Victor on payroll, and will you just staying constant at the jail? I mean, and you're staying under 13,000, so.
30,000 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, under 13,000.
3,200 hours over is overtime roughly, is where we're staying at. Still a lot.
But any other questions? And Victor, we're steadily, 1,000,005 is your transfer payroll wise, right?
Yeah, I think,
Give or take, but,
yeah.
okay. Any other questions on payroll?
Yeah.
Victor, thank you very much for always Johnny on the spot with your sheet. And with that, we'll move to review and discuss regular bills. And I've just got to say, Margaret, we're so happy.
I'm glad to be
You're-
back, thank you.
You're fully back in the saddle. You were side saddle there for a little while. But that, and I know Cheryl's got to be tickled. She was having to do double duty. Thank you, Will.
See y'all in the morning.
Today's my first. Mickey, are you wanting the CRS too? What are you asking for?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of just a rough.
Well, in 20, I have an invoice right here from, I'm sorry, this is a 21 invoice. I hit the.
That's fine.
It was it said $1.99.
Victor, thank you so much.
What was a, does it have just a load of it? It seemed like it was around 6,000.
Oh, you just want the price? Yeah,
Yeah.
hold on.
Average 6,000
Yeah,
load.
I think so. This invoice that I have is August of 21. I can get a newer one, and it was, well, this was a big one. This was $12,000 a load for precinct 1, $12,038.46. Let me look at.
Most of them loads this year are averaging $16,000 a trailer load.
Yeah, it's pretty high. I hate this laptop.
I might should have dropped my mileage down like you. It's gonna drain me completely dry.
Let's see, there's a 22 canceled load. It looks like if I'm looking at just the price of them, it's $12,000 to $13,000 in 22.
In 22.
Yep, $12,000 to $13,000 almost every time.
Thank you.
You're
I
right.
just,
Yeah, everything.
I
is-
use those just for kind of broad comparisons when I'm figuring, and that's why I'm just, I don't know why I had it in my mind that we had been paying around 6, but last year saying around 12. Okay.
And you're right, it has been $15,000 to $16,000 since. Yeah, it's gone up to $2.70 a gallon when it was like $1.99 before.
Now, Margaret, it should be down from 290 to 270.
Yeah, but it might have gone up and then went back down. But the older one I looked at, it was $1.99.
Okay.
That's why it was so much cheaper. And now it's $2.70. That's the current one I just looked at.
Now I have another odd question. And our precinct budget's in mine right now. If I'm just looking down at the bottom of my totals, where it has the general supplies, culverts, utilities, that type of stuff. On the available budget on all those, it says 0. Is that probably we just didn't put the totals in there, what's available?
What are you looking at specifically? I'm sorry.
On accounts payable in precinct 2, this total down at the bottom, you know, there's a little summary of all the expenses at the bottom
When you're
of
looking
your.
at your budget,
Yeah,
I really apologize, but I don't know much about the budget. That's my
And
area
this-
of expertise.
okay.
So I don't get into that too often. I'm sorry.
well, the reason I'm asking is because, like in 3, every one of them shows a negative 5650 in red, and mine are zeroed out. I'm just trying to understand that.
I'm sorry. I can't.
See, like, look at 2. Go here to, I'll show you this. If you go down here to my summary page, I spent
Summary.
6155, and it
Yeah.
shows available budget on the right. See, they're all zeroed out. You're at the wrong page. Go down.
I want it all the way down.
Look, why is yours different than mine? See over here, I have available budget. Maximize that. Make it bigger.
Commissioner,
Yes.
the reason is because I haven't closed the 22 years, so the 23 budget isn't really reflecting
Okay.
what's available.
Okay.
Yeah. So once I close 22 and the auditors are good, which should be pretty quick, then that'll all change.
I don't see an available budget.
Okay. You don't see, what's yours not out there?
Mine stops. But maybe I have mine on, maybe it's just allowing me to see what I'm able to see.
That screen's different on yours too. Mine's different than that.
You got more information than I do.
Yeah, quite a bit more lines there. But look at this page. Well, see how mine's laid out different?
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Vicki, you have $735,000 available in your total budget for the year, so.
Okay, well, that'll drain pretty fast this month.
Here's my big spend.
Mark, you only have 329,000 left for the year.
Yeah, I just spent a lot of money this week
You sure did.
between buying a truck and putting down all my chip seal,
Yep,
but that's normal.
that is.
Yeah, your truck's not even in that one.
No, it wasn't. No. Not on this payout.
I don't know that I spent more than Jeff though.
It's been $96,000 this period, plus the truck, 170. But all your days are coming. I said, all your days are coming. You're just doing the same thing.
I figured I'll spend 230 to 250.
Jeff's spin looks more like the jail.
Cheryl,
Yes,
you sent us that note about autopsies and a price increase, but did they redefine their rate other than just stating the fact there was gonna be an increase?
no, that's all they sent us, was that there would be a 10% increase, I believe it says. Look.
Of course, our transport costs go down, our cost for autopsies goes up.
Goes up. Mhm.
Wow, it was fun while it lasted.
I'd rather spend more money in town than out of town.
True.
No, I'm sorry, it's 15% that it's going up, but no, they didn't give us a dollar value. We'll have to do the math, I guess. I'm not surprised.
No,
Now,
it's totally understandable.
To a point. Can you tell me what a Hong Kong welding was at the EMO for $16.50?
Yeah, I think he put something on his truck, but let me look here.
I do know it. Never
Or
mind. I know what
adjusted
it
something
is.
on the truck.
It's a firefighting apparatus.
Yeah.
I know what it is now. It's a removable type
Oh.
that they can take in and out of it as need be.
what was it now?
They put a skid firefighting apparatus in the back of that 550 to use as kind of a quick response for the eastern side of Wichita here, since, you know, Wichita East has very few and Cameron Gardens has very few volunteers. If he's there and there's something quick along the road, he can respond to it and put it out. It'll be loaded and ready to go all the time. But, you know, if it's something right over here, then they can just take that truck and go out with it. They're not really gonna be going through a pasture or anything, but it's something there, roadway, you know, how we
Right.
get all them roadway fires,
Right.
something like that. Really not a bad tool to have. And I think the item itself was given by another fire department
To them.
to them, and that was just what it took to adapt it and get it mounted and stuff. I I see all the fire department supplements went out this week.
Mark, that Parker's Plumbing was not who I was trying to tell you that was. It's Parker Electric that I was
Parker Electric.
thinking about. I don't know the Parker Plumbing.
Well, they come out of somewhere, they're busy.
Margaret, Matthew Shank, what is he to Cindy?
I don't know. I really don't.
Surely they're
They,
related.
you would think they would be, but I don't know.
I didn't notice Electra or Pumpkin Center on here for the fire payment. Am I missing them or
Let me look.
maybe?
I actually think Cheryl checked these, so I have to look, cause I didn't check any of them this time. Let me double check on there.
I was thinking they should be.
You said Pumpkin Center?
Pumpkin Center, and I don't know how they list themselves.
That one's easy. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not used to typing on the laptop. I'm used to using a keyboard and I keep touching stuff I'm not supposed to be touching. I think that Pumpkin Center had, and this might be a lecture, might be as well, I'll have to look. They just have a one-time support payment that was paid in January for $13,875.
Well, it should be, they should
Do
all
they have a-
be equal, yeah.
I don't, let me look at the, I have to see the court order. Let me look real quick. To approve, Lecture and Pumpkin Center both got a one-time payment. Okay, in July, I see they're not entered, and it may have just been a miss. I can get them on the 10th list without a problem. I'm glad you brought that up, thank you. But I don't see them in there. Let me email Brenda right now.
think Electra should have Electra's payment should be similar to what Burke Burnett is, not equal. They get a bigger chunk because of the dispatch.
That's correct.
Well, Electra dispatches,
That's why I said they get a bigger chunk, that's why.
yeah, than Pumpkin Center, yeah. Hey, Cheryl,
Yes.
when the Enterprise guy came and spoke to us last, the issue came up about part of that program included a WEX card. It's a card that,
It's a fuel card?
fuel card, which belongs to every unit. It's not
Yes.
it's not a person's card, but a unit card.
Yes.
And so, what's your thoughts about such a thing on doing that?
That's gonna require some controls to be put in, and it's gonna be a little bit of an accounting nightmare until we get it all lined out, but, I mean, we can do that, but most of y'all are taking your vehicles over to the city and fueling up.
Just me.
Yeah, and the sheriff, I
And the
guess
sheriff does,
he
so.
uses it a lot, but I guess transport has other cards, right?
Yeah, they have debit cards that they use when they're on the road that, is assigned to them. So that they're never without the ability to fuel up.
Right. But I will tell you, every WEX account or Shell, any gas card account that we have is a nightmare because they mail it and they want payment immediately, and we could never meet it because court never lined up. And so they would
Yes.
always charge us like a $50 late fee. So every account we have right now, I have to log on to the system, set up an account for them, and pay them directly through our credit card in order for it to be done, or debit card, excuse me. We can't, but they won't be on the list like normal. It'll be listed under American National Bank if we're still using them, whoever gets the, but that's where it's paid right now. Because it never, the time would never match. They would refuse to take off late fees. They didn't care that we only paid once a week, and, occasionally you could get it in there, but most of the time it would not work, and we'd get a late fee every single time. And they're like, it's a third party, they don't care. It's just like having to call for an Atwood's payment, that's a third party. Home Depot, third party, Sam's, third party.
Yeah,
It's not as easy to deal with as,
yeah. Well, I knew, and I had used it before, and we would have, if somebody went inside the store, like they were getting diesel, and they went inside the store and they bought glass cleaner to go in all of a sudden the card would clip off, and then they get to the end of the route and need to fill up to come on home, and they couldn't because the card's been shut down and we didn't know it, and Or if there was any indication of a faulty reader anywhere, it always caused us trouble. There were places we could not get fuel, that we had to get fuel, and we couldn't do it. They did accept it, but the reader wouldn't, it fought with the card constantly. We did that, I utilized them before, but it was always a hassle, and I understand what Beth always had to go online and do those, so. And I did know, and Corey Liner makes me think of it, there's a lot of analytics that come with that, but there's also a lot of work putting those together in order to understand, that
Right.
vehicle unit 2 drove 900 miles and utilized, what was their gas use or the mileage they got versus, and if you've got to do the scrutinizing of the spreadsheet to ever get to the data you want, and it's a lot of information and good information, but it requires a lot of work to keep abreast of it. So. Any other bill questions, guys?
No.
Nancy, did we miss anything that you're aware of? Corey, did you have any thoughts, or Margaret? I know Cheryl's glad you're here, and we're all glad you're here
I'm
too.
glad to be back, thank you.
So you'll take the burden off of that
I'm trying.
team over there, so that's good. That's good, so.
Yes, sir.
Well, if there is no other questions about the payables, then it is, I'm showing 10:45.